everybody? This is Boss Moves, back for another one. We got the whole Boss Moves podcast crew this time. We're missing Trey for the last episode. What's going on, Trey? What's happening, brother?
What's going on, Charles? What's going on, Mo? Glad to be here.
We got Mo in the house as well. Mo, you chilling?
And I'm in here. What's good, fellas? What's up, Trey? Glad to be here.
What's going on, man? What's
We
going
in
on? What's good, brother?
What's good? We got another good topic, man. We're going to get into this. There's an article on blackenterprise.com, matter of fact. And the title is The First Black-Owned Stock Exchange in U.S. History is Opening Soon. So, title alone sounds pretty amazing, right?
Gotta love
that. So first off, I'm just gonna read a little bit of the article just to kind of plug us in to what the details are about the Black-owned stock exchange. Investing in stocks and bonds has always been one of the core principles of wealth building within the finance industry. For one former lawyer, it was imperative to give people within the Black community the opportunity to invest and create generational wealth. So he created the first majority Black and minority stock exchange in the country. It's called the Dream Exchange, founded by Joe Cicala in partnership with Cadiz Capital Holdings LLC, a Black and minority-owned private equity firm led by William H. Elliott. That's pretty cool. So he just
huge.
Yeah, I mean that's big time, because the most important part of this article, and it's cool, like what he's talking about, how he came up with the idea and everything. Anybody can go and read that whole article themselves, blackenterprise.com. But what really, really caught my attention reading this article, yes, very inspirational, talking about the dollars and the money and what this would do. But this one paragraph, the very last paragraph says, in the 230-year history of the stock exchange in America, only one Black-owned firm has ever made it to the New York Stock Exchange, and there has never been a Black-owned stock exchange.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
That's
some wild stuff.
That says so much, man.
Right.
That says so much.
Especially
we wonder.
Was it TLC Beatrice? Was that the company?
I'm not sure.
The name of the company, I think, is called Dream Exchange. That's the name of the company with Joseph.
That's the name of the Black-owned stock exchange. I'm talking about the
one black company. Yeah, I'm talking about the company that was on there, and I don't think it was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the one that was on the New York Stock Exchange. That'd be him. That'd be some good information, and I don't think they talk about it in there. It's just it's amazing to me, and you still have so many people that wonder why we haven't pulled ourselves up by our proverbial bootstraps, being locked out of the biggest public money sector on earth. Because think about it, the stock exchange is fundraising. Stock exchange is the biggest fundraiser you can have on the planet, especially the New York Stock Exchange. All the money, comes through there some kind of way globally. And if you're locked out of the biggest public fundraiser on the planet, I mean, there's some large percentage of wealth, So you're talking, it kind of just adds another thing that we as Black people have been locked out of, that we're finding our way back into. For so long, we're locked out of owning land. We're locked out of certain neighborhoods. They redline, they did this, they did that, still doing it. But then you got the stock exchange. That's a whole nother facet of wealth that gets created just easily with public funds.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
It is crazy. And I just looked up, I think it was Johnson & Johnson, who was the first first Black-owned company.
Johnson.
John H. Johnson, yeah. That makes
okay. Cool, right. Cool.
So the name of this company was, I think it was called the Dream Exchange though. And they started back in 2018, just looking at the article here. Like you said, Charles, Joe Cicala, I didn't realize that he was a veteran security lawyer. So he kind of knows the laws and the where, the roundabouts of securities and stocks already. So it sounds like he has a leg up when it comes to, starting out this first black-owned stock exchange.
He's been in that world. He says, after years of research, I discovered that the structure of U.S. capital markets and the current stock exchanges favor only the largest transactions with celebrity companies. My research showed that prior to Archipelago, the overwhelming majority of IPOs were 50 million and under. By 2004, small capital IPOs had all but disappeared. So the New York Stock Exchange plays to the big boys, basically, is what he's saying.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this exchange is going to be more geared towards the little guys. So.
And then think about it. That's who needs the funds. That's who needs public funds. That's who needs the fundraising. The big boys have made, millions and billions of dollars.
Right.
The smaller companies need those public funds to grow. So, I wonder if at one time, those New York Stock Exchange companies were small and they grew to such a level that it was just the big boys. The same thing will happen with the Dream Exchange.
Right. And I saw where the company's mission, it seems to provide a market in which minority-owned businesses can raise capital. And then they're focusing on small initial public offerings under 50 million total. So, it's going to be good for the little guys. It's going to be good for the little guys, get a more exposure, get their name out there a little bit easier. It's already tough for black-owned businesses to get private funding or get funding, however they can get funding.
Yeah, but, and that's private funding.
Yeah, and that's private funding. So
it's hard.
It's tough. It's tough because of the wealth gap, and hopefully this stock exchange kind of helps to close that gap a little bit more. So we'll see how it all turns out, unfolds. But I didn't know also that Joe Sakala, I think that's his name, he's partnering with Cadiz Capital, I think we mentioned. Mm-hmm. And that was a majority black-owned mergers and acquisition boutique that's out of St. Louis.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, so
the loop.
Out of the loop. So it's a black minority-owned business for sure.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope to see. And it's just, I just think these things will continue to happen. Like, we'll continue to rack up these firsts. And it's kind of sad to have 2020 and this is a first. You know what I mean?
Sad. It is sad.
It's happening. It's cool. It's great, but it's sad that it's just now happening. It just shows the suppression.
Right. And I was about to say, because it's definitely not our fault. We've had, our own communities and everything that would eventually have led to different stock exchanges. But just, how difficult it is. And then, like you said, just everything that's really gone on in terms of limiting capital to black hands. It was funny, when I was at Fisk University, I actually thought about starting a small, because I was a finance major, starting a small stock exchange for Jefferson Street and the businesses of Jefferson Street. Of course, I was young, and then just getting through it, just understanding how difficult it is to start a stock exchange at the age of 19. But, I thought that would have been a hell of an idea to have just the businesses of Jefferson Street been able to raise capital like that, public capital. So this is a huge move.
Bro, that was an amazing idea. That's an amazing idea.
It still is a great idea.
I was going to say that could push off today.
Yeah.
You talking like
think about the history. Yeah, think about the history, bro.
Right. Yeah, I thought that shit was actually. I started a company called Stocks University when I was 18 or 19. It was called Stocks University, and it was an online kind of platform to really pretty much teach students how to invest in stocks, and then eventually have an actual real component for it, basically almost to be like monopoly money at first, and then being able to roll over and start kind of your own account. Of course, again, getting into business at the age of 19, I realized how expensive it is to start websites and apps. This is back in like 2005. So, trying to start a website and an app with all that bandwidth, I kind of realized how expensive everything was. But, I had that idea way back in the day. So love to see somebody's actually, grown enough with the capital to actually pull it off. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
You had the right ideas, man.
Yeah. definitely.
We're
Right.
gonna have to look. We're
Forward
gonna have to
thinking.
look back into those.
Hey, it's a good
with our
it's a good time.
ventures. With our own ventures that are going well and about to go
Right.
even sweeter. We need to look back at that, especially that Jefferson Street idea. Yeah, I love that,
Right.
bro.
That's real.
Definitely.
And think about how the community would rally around something like that. Jefferson
Absolutely.
Street, yo. And there's so much history about Jefferson Street that I didn't know until I was like in my 30s, bro. I had no idea.
Really, same here though. Honestly, yeah, you don't realize how really important Jefferson Street is to even just the civil rights movement,
Right.
being Music City. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, we really don't understand how deep Jefferson Street is and how all the musicians played on Jefferson Street back in the day.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah. So
All
Jimi
of those
Hendrix,
businesses.
James Brown,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Even those churches on Jefferson Street were like meeting halls for during the civil rights movement for
Exactly.
sit-ins in Nashville.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
right.
First Baptist Church. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Jefferson
was
Street.
talking to my dad today. My dad was saying today, Moses, I'll tell you, I was talking to my dad, and he was talking about how, I saw an article about it later, that John Lewis said he was made in Nashville, at
That's
the
real.
Theological Center and on Jefferson Street, at those different sit-ins around that
and
area.
my dad didn't even know until he died. My dad was like, I didn't know he went to Fisk. I was like, yeah, he went to Fisk. So,
yeah.
Fisk was big,
Yeah. Got
Shout out to
arrested in
Marion Barry,
Nashville.
too. Oh yeah.
All that.
That's big time. But there's a lot of pros that comes along with having this stock exchange. Having this, if there's even, in the future, we're thinking about Jefferson Street, having an exchange for those businesses on that street. And all this is going to allow for individuals who don't have that high dollar amount to invest in stocks. They can start on the ground level with businesses, and that way they can earn profit and get a little income, because we know that the stock market is one of the building blocks for wealth.
It's access, man. It's access.
Right,
access to capital.
That's right. So people are going to be winning on both ends. Businesses are going to be winning by getting more attention, getting more advertisement for them to get more funding. People who are investing in these businesses will be able to profit off of their investment. And then hopefully the economy and the landscape of the community around those businesses will start to grow and, make the community look a whole lot better. So I'm thinking it'll be great. It's going to be a great idea. It's going to be a great thing. I know it's not opening up until, I think, 2021, but this is going to be a smooth move.
Right, yeah, 2020 is a bust. Don't open nothing up in 2021.
Yeah.
I'm joking. We're doing big things.
The year movements.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're doing big shit in 2020, bro.
That's right.
In 2020. Some of the biggest things are going on right now. We're gonna push that. But hey, real quick, going back to, because it just made me think about some other things that I didn't know or realize until I was in my 30s. How many, and this is to go back to the Jefferson Street thing, from the stock exchange to us talking about Jefferson Street, Nashville, Tennessee, for the people that don't know what we're talking about. A very historic street that was filled with black businesses, still is to some degree, but was really filled with black businesses, and everybody who's anybody, celebrity-wise, from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, was on Jefferson Street performing, living, visiting, whatnot. But so it makes me realize that I didn't really know about all of those successful black neighborhoods, cities, areas, towns across the country. We only hear about a few. We know about Jefferson Street in Nashville because that's where we're from. We hear about Tulsa, Oklahoma a lot. We hear about Rosewood.
Right.
We hear about a few more, but there were dozens and dozens. There was literally, they were saying like in every state, there was a major black area that was bustling, that was doing their thing, making a lot of money, and they were all destroyed.
That's right. All destroyed. And a lot of them were destroyed off of a lie. It's always a black man attempted or raped a white woman. That's how the story always goes. So from there, they get upset and they start to burn down, try to tear down anything that's black.
It's just jealousy.
It
was just jealousy, and they knew they knew exactly what they're doing. They always know it's not true. They
just needed a reason. Yeah,
exactly.
In their minds to justify it. So yeah, but there are Black Wall Streets all over. We know about Wilmington, North Carolina, Atlanta.
Oh man,
you are Atlanta. Yeah,
that's right.
They're all over. Memphis, M-Town. Yeah, it's still majority black in Memphis.
Right.
But you know, we just now have a chance to do these. I mean, it's basically we're doing this stuff all over again. You know, we have a chance to rebuild these things and do some things differently. You know what I mean? Do some things differently and protect ourselves, you know? It won't be the same these days. Things are different, you know? So with that stock exchange, I think that's amazing. And I think we all have to support it and, you know, trumpet it out to the world, post it, and really put ourselves behind it, you know, because sometimes we have the tendency to doubt our folks when they get started on stuff. I think we've been kind of bred to think that way and act that way, but we're coming out of that too. We've seen a lot of progress with us being on code, especially business-wise, you know, as for our movements that we got going on. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Something to get behind.
It is. The future is looking bright, and I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what's coming in 2021 with the stock exchange. We know that I just looked up that 20% of Americans it's only 20% of Americans that inherit their wealth, and a lot of people of color will lose that wealth in one generation, and white people lose it in, I think on average maybe about 2, 3, 4 generations, I believe. But 80% are first generation millionaires, billionaires. 80% of Americans are first generation. So this is the time to get out there, get in investments, try to make some money, make your money work for you. We got us as black people, we got to understand that we don't need to just hang on to money. A lot of people get money, have the mindset of their grandparents. They stuff it under their mattress, they put it in the closet. We got to have that money making money for us. That money cannot just sit there and not do nothing, you know, and not do any
work.
So it has to work. It has to work. Just like anybody else. We use it as a tool to get wealthy. That's how we got to look at it. Money is a tool to get to your goals, your you know, what you're looking for in the future in life. So
can't save to save. We got to save to invest.
That's it,
man. Okay, well, shoot. With that, man, I think we can go ahead and first of all, we're gonna send you to this article to read up on it in total. You know, we didn't read the whole thing, so you gotta go ahead and visit blackenterprise.com. Read about the first black-owned stock exchange in U.S. history. Okay, number 1. Number 2, visit bmbainvesting.com. Check us out. Link up with us. If you got some ideas, send them our way. If you need a little bit of, you know, some advice about something you're thinking about doing, we got some words for you. You need a little bit of tax advice, we can help you with that too. But we're just looking to build, man. We're building, and we're looking for other like-minded folks that are looking to build as well. We're gonna end it right there, fellas. It's been a cool short one. This is Boss Moves, and we out.
Peace.
Peace, peace.